We hope you're enjoying your Thursday afternoon, and thanks again for joining us here on KXAN News at 4. So a long weekend is ahead for many of us here in Central Texas, and people out there may want to head outside to enjoy the holiday. Meteorologist Freddy Vela is here, and Freddy, you've been checking out some events not only for the 4th of July, but beyond that.
Oh yeah, for sure. We have a lot going on, and every week we have Freddy's Weekend Watch that kind of gives them the lowdown of what they can do, even if it's raining. So let's take a look at a couple of the events that you're going to be able to enjoy, including this one, the July 4th Parade and Frontier Days. It's going to be out towards Round Rock. Kicks off tomorrow, July 4th at 8:30 a.m. with the parade downtown, and then at 12 o'clock, Frontier Days at Settlers Park. They're going to have pig races, free ice cream with the mayor and some of the city council members, a pepper eating contest, and so much more. And then, of course, they're going to have fireworks at dark. So in case you want to enjoy some stuff before the fireworks, there's plenty to do and participate in, and of course, all free. There's also Red, White, and Buda. That's happening out in Buda on July 4th at 9 a.m. They're going to have a downtown bike parade. We looked it up. They're not talking about motorcycles. They're actually talking about bicycles. So you decorate your bicycle, be part of that downtown bike parade. And if you're going to be part of it, you have to be there at 8:30. It kicks off at 9, and then at 9:30, they're going to give away some awards based off of some of the bikes. Really cool. And then at 4 p.m., they're going to have all the city park activities, including cornhole, rock wall, bounce houses for the kids. They're going to have some beach volleyball and so much more that you can participate in. And then, of course, at 9:15, they're going to have fireworks. Now, if you're going to be in Austin itself, there's actually this really cool event called the Austin Star Spangled Fest, and that's going to be at Auditorium Shores. Now, there are tickets for both the 10 a.m. and the 4:30, but at 10 a.m., from 10 to 1, they're actually going to have the morning spin with some DJs, house music, craft coffee, and some food trucks. And then at 4:30, they have different musicians that'll come on, and then their fireworks are going to be at around 9:30 p.m. There are tickets required for both these two events, and of course, you can go to our website, kxan.com. I actually have an article on there that you can check out, and I have links on everything that you'll be able to enjoy and celebrate. There's even more stuff like the Austin FC event that's happening on Saturday, and then a Ukrainian festival that's going to be happening on Sunday. So I encourage you to take part in all of those and so much more. All right, let's bring it back home and what's happening right now, because you may be wondering, well, these events are all great, but if it's raining, I can't enjoy them. Well, we do have a look at your forecast. So as of now, let's talk about this and what we're seeing, all playing to our forecast and what we were originally saying yesterday, that we could see a decent amount of rainfall. In fact, I picked a few spots to zoom into, including Dripping Springs up to Cypress Mill, where we have this one area of heavy showers and thunderstorms that are pushing through. Let's go a bit farther up towards the north, Leander, Liberty Hill. We were talking about you yesterday, and you're back on the map one more time with some of these heavier showers. Even to the west of that, as you get farther towards Granite Shoals, you can actually see some heavier showers through Buchanan, Lake Buchanan. And then as we get out towards the eastern side, Bastrop seeing a little bit of drizzle here and there, and then farther out towards the eastern portions of our area. So Pflugerville right now left out, but hey, don't worry, you had plenty of rainfall. In fact, I looked up some of those rainfall totals. I'll give those to you in just a moment. And this is all the rainfall we're seeing essentially from Austin all the way out towards Houston, and even then we still have some more isolated showers that have been picking up right behind that. So let's take a look at some of these numbers, and this is actually today's rain, not Monday's rain, apologies. But Bartholomew Dam, you can actually see about 2.5 inches have fallen there since midnight. Fort Branch at Berkman, about 2 inches there, 2 inches and a quarter. Pflugerville, about 1.5 inches of rainfall. Bertram, around more than 1/2 inch of rainfall. And then Lake Fayette, we actually see about 1/2 inch of rainfall there. So a lot of beneficial rainfall that's been coming in. And remember, we do have that flood watch that's in effect for Mason and San Saba as well. And even as we look over the next couple of hours, rainfall expected to still continue even as we get to about 8 p.m. This model keeping rain chances in there at least overnight. Once we get to about 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., most of the rainfall should subside just a bit and mostly be out towards the hill country, which is why that flood watch is in effect for Mason and San Saba compared to everyone else. As we continue through Friday afternoon, 2:30, those things start to calm down tremendously. As once we get out towards 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., I don't expect very much rainfall. Most of that should be out towards the eastern counties, if that. But I expect that most of it should pretty much be done at that point. Now, this model obviously going a little, wacky here, saying that we could see up to 7 inches of rainfall. That's an outlier. Don't see that. What I wanted to show you was the rest of it here, that we could actually still see about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, even up to 1 inch in many of the spots, including Mason, and that's why the concern is there for that flood watch that's in effect. Everywhere else does have a chance of seeing possible showers throughout most of the day and into tonight. As we look out towards your highs for tomorrow, we're looking at about 88 degrees for Austin, 86 in Dripping Springs, 84 in Fredericksburg, and 84 out towards Mason. But again, you get some of those clouds and heavier showers, then I anticipate temperatures to drop tremendously, including like what we saw today, where our temperatures are still at about 77 degrees. So for tomorrow morning, for July 4th, we are still expecting for temperatures to at least be at around 80 degrees by 9 a.m. and you could see a few passing showers as we go along. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 93 as we get out towards Saturday, Sunday 80, 96, by Monday 97, and by Tuesday we're looking at 98 degrees. By the time we get to Wednesday, there it is. Triple digits are back on the books.
Oof, all right.